gotta bring Wendy into the office. And by the way, let me know in the chat if you can see the picture of the celebrity. Clearly, you should be able to. We gotta bring Wendy Osefo. She's from Real Housewives of Potomac, except her and her husband don't actually live in Potomac because they are, you know, when it comes to Wendy, I want to say this to you. You are definitely something new. You know, normally when it comes to the Nigerians, they're rich, they're paid, and they got their scamming on lock. You are broke, in a lot of debt, and ain't got no fucking common sense and no street sense. See, you got 4 degrees, but nobody never told you that when it comes to doing crimes and when it comes to doing fraud, if you gonna say some shit got stolen, you don't wear it on the camera. If you gonna say your house got broken into, you call a Pookie or a Keisha or a Tyrone to come and do it. You don't go and do it your motherfucking self. You ain't Happy Eddie. I know Eddie sell all that weed over there. Have you been smoking that shit, you dumb motherfucker? So now, Wendy and her 4 degrees is looking at about 4 years in prison. All right, Real Housewives of Potomac, Pontiac, everything but Potomac. Because none of them always actually live in Potomac. They can't fucking afford it. I remember Karen. Shout out to Karen with her drunk ass. She finally got her old drunk ass out of jail. Okay, and I'm hard on your ass, Karen, because you had 4 motherfucking DUIs. How many fucking times did you have to get caught before you learned that your old ass can't be out here drinking and driving, okay? Bravo pay you hoes all that money. Instead of spending it on tummy tucks, BBLs, and Botox, you should spend it on a motherfucking Uber so you won't be out here, you know, killing people. But shout out to her. I remember when she didn't have a place to stay, Ashley and her mammy was up under the bridge. Giselle and that ugly ass dilapidated house, she finally just got that motherfucker decorated. Robin, we already know they was so motherfucking broke. They ain't had no electricity, and you know they had to boil the water on the stove to bathe themselves. That's how broke Robin and Juan was. You know, come on, like we keeping it real. Robin was so broke she lived in Baltimore. She didn't even fucking live in Potomac either. Who else? We know Katie, that white man took her sense, took her kids, and Katie's white man took the drugs, the kids, all her common sense. She fucking gone. She ain't had no money either. They all was struggling. So we all know you hoes really didn't have it like that. So why do you hoes fraud and steal and then get your ass on TV wearing the shit that you said was stolen? Where they do that at? But you know what this is really about, Wendy? See, this is not about the fraud. You understand what I'm saying? And I want you to humble yourself. Well, bitch, it's looking like you about to go to jail. You finna have to sacrifice 2 motherfucking goats. You finna have your people back at home doing all kinds of witchcraft to get you up out of this. All kinds of court magic to get out of this. Make sure you put them peppers in your mouth. Make sure you have somebody come to court, all right, that we don't know, not nobody in your family, but make sure you have a practitioner to come to court, do that old school shit where they have to hold them peppers in their mouth while your ass is on the motherfucking stand. Now, if you don't know hoodoo and voodoo and magic, you don't know what I'm talking about. But Wendy know what I'm talking about. Now, she gonna tell y'all that she a motherfucking Christian. She ain't praying to Jesus or Mary to get her up out of this. She's praying to the gods. She's praying to that same hole that Iyanla Van Zant be waddling over and spitting into. That's what in the fuck you finna do. Back to what I was saying. Let me get back on your ass. What this is really about, because I truly believe, Wendy, that you were the mastermind. Well, what about Eddie? The doctor, what about Eddie? He the man. He ain't the motherfucking man. She the motherfucking man in the relationship. When it comes to Nigerian women, they are very smart. They are very driven. And they run the show. Even if it look like their husband run the show, they run the show. I work with plenty of Nigerians when I lived in Arizona. I can tell you about it. If you think I'm lying, ask people in the chat that's Nigerian. So I know all this shit was your motherfucking idea, okay? The real problem with you, Wendy, is that you is still a scared little girl that's too afraid to tell your mammy that you ain't got it like that. You can't pay her bills because you in $1 million worth of student loan debt. You can't live in no big ass house because your ass can't motherfucking afford it. You can't afford all the coke because you can't afford it. You really couldn't afford all the motherfucking degrees because you couldn't afford it. And you stopped yourself from really working the jobs that you needed to work to pay that motherfucking debt off because your mammy wanted you to have a certain position. Your problem is that you still trying to please and is scared of your mammy. But guess what? They're not finna put your mammy behind bars. They finna put you behind bars. And you got 3 motherfucking kids that's finna be out here looking for their damn mommy that couldn't stop frauding and stealing, and she was horrible at it and terrible at it. You a terrible ass criminal. You a terrible criminal. First off, I'm still trying to figure out why the professor even wanted to be on reality television in the first fucking place. They don't even go together. Professor and television, it's like them hoes down there in Atlanta on Married to Medicine. Talking about, our show gonna be different. We gonna be showing them. We ain't seen them hoes in the hospital no time, but we see them getting drunk, fighting, and playing in each other's panties. Because all them hoes is gay and all them hoes sell pussy over there in Nigeria. We ain't even gonna talk about it. Daddy December is around the corner. The Porsches of the world, the Phaedras of the world. By the way, where the fuck did Phaedra go? Which face is this? Anyway, I'm saying about that. All them hoes sell pussy, all them hoes sell coochie, and they all slow. So back to you though, Wendy. Your problem is that you have always been trying to be something that you're not. Let me tell you what you don't want to admit. Baby girl, you don't have it like that. You don't have it like that. And instead of you thinking you needed to do that to prove something to your family or to prove something to them hoes on the show, you should have showed us the glow up. Okay? So I don't have no sympathy for you. It's one thing to steal when you need to feed yourself. I'm not feeling sorry for no hoe that stole to wear Chanel and diamonds and try to compete with these hoes because your ass is really insecure. Let's call that shit. And another thing too, you chummying up with Giselle. Giselle don't like you. You know Giselle look down on you, right? You know Miss Colorist looks down on you. So I know I'm hoping you doing that for the show and not just like really thinking that girl is your friend, because Giselle ain't nobody's friend. Her or the wrinkles around her neck. Thank God Giselle is pretty, because she can't dance, can't dress. Boring. And I bet that pussy dry too, because don't no niggas stay around. Not at all. Anyway, with that being said, Wendy and her husband, they're going to have their day in court. And, normally I would say God bless them, but, but yeah, I'm hoping you can bounce back from this. And I'm hoping you done learned your lesson. But if you gon' steal, don't wear the shit on camera. Don't go break into your own house, but you got Ring camera footage all around your shit. Get a house you can afford. That's another thing. Let me get on this too. I'm so sick of you motherfuckers with 2-3 kids talking about you need a 6 or 7 bedroom house, knowing good and goddamn well you grew up sharing rooms with your siblings, panties, soap, and all that. You motherfuckers done got too motherfucking good to have your kids share a room, because they just all gotta have their own room, and then a meditation room and a playroom. If you don't put them fucking kids, you can put some bunk beds in the motherfucking kids' rooms and get the fuck out of our face with a house that you can't afford. Big ass house ain't got nothing but 2-3 kids. You hoes make me sick. Anyway.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.